Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome everyone. Today we continue with lesson 2, different maps and different uses. So completing our previous lessons that we talked about geography and the uses of maps, and we established that some maps have different uses, and the first use was for the map of travel on page 36, the world travel map. This map helps us to figure the most important statues around the world. For example, we have in Egypt the pyramids, and in China, the Great Wall of China, or the Liberty Statue. All of these important statues that travelers can use to decide where to visit. Today, we will take a look at these different maps and how we can use them. So starting by the first paragraph, there are different maps for different purposes. So if my purpose was to travel, I will use the world travel map. Let's underline together. There are maps for streets, cities, countries, continents, and even smaller spaces like houses, buildings, and rooms. Every map can help in a different way depending on why you need it. So if you need a map to visit a city, you will need a map for the city. If you need a map for the country or the continent, you would need a different map. Some give you directions. Others help you travel from one place to another. We have a few types of the maps. Here are some examples of the maps, like pilot's map, tourist's map, forecaster's map, architect's map. And we will have examples for each of these maps. Take a look at this picture and try to guess which type of map is this one. It's a map where we can see the city, the buildings, and the amusement park, the city mall, the school, the gas station. So it's safe to say that this is the tourist's map, or a smaller one. Let's move to page 41 and start with the first map here. I want you to take a closer look at this map and try to guess which map is it. We have 4 types, like you remember: pilot's map, architect's map, tourist map, and finally, forecaster's map. So this map should be the pilot's map. It helps the pilot to use this map to know where they can take off or land. So it is important for the pilot to use this map to know where to take off and where to land on the runways. The runways are open spaces in the airport where planes can land and fly. So if I ask you what is a runway, it's an open space in the airport where planes can land and fly. Here is the map example, which helps the pilot also know in the airspace where he is flying and what things like mountains or radio masts or other high objects that might be in the airspace. So this map should cover these things: the runway, the mountains, tall radio masts, and high objects might be in the airspace. Okay, moving on the second type of map. This map is the tourist map. It helps the tourists to find their way around tourists' area, to find places they want to visit. It also gives people information about the places they plan to visit, such as restaurants, museums, and other ways or other places they would like to visit. This map also can be as big as a country's map, like this one, or as small as that of an amusement park, like this one. Okay, here we cover 2 types and there's 2 left to go. Moving on page 42, we have the rest of the examples. This map shows us the clouds, shows us the sunny places and rainy regions, temperature, as well as other things. Can you guess which map is this one? You guessed it right. It's the forecaster's map. This map is used by forecasters, and forecasters are people who tell us about the weather, okay, on the news. They use this map that have symbols for clouds, rain, sun, wind, and lightning, and other weather-related happenings. Okay, this is the map that help us know about the weather. Finally, the last example is the architect's map. As you can see in the picture here, we have an example of the map. It shows the diameters of each room, of the stairs, and how to build a house. This map is used and made by the architects. These maps show the structure of a house, a building, or a landscape that is drawn by the architect in charge. So architects draw this map, the architect map, so they can build house, building, or landscape. So that's it for today's lesson. It's very easy, very simple. I hope that we covered all the points. If you have any more questions, please come forward and ask me within the class time. That's it for today. Thank you and see you later.